Hello, my lovely sunshiners. I just want to ask you a question. Have you ever thought of changing the story? And these are the things that you tell yourself, the things that you're fearful of, the things that stop you doing what you want to do. You know, the stories that you create around that. Because quite often we create a story in our mind of something that's going to happen, and it might never happen at all. I'll give you an example of what I mean. I was invited to a party, and because I didn't really know many people there, I was a bit bothered about going, and thinking, am I going to be sat on my own? Am I going to feel like the odd one out? That sort of thing. And so I talked myself out of going. And then just at the very last minute, I was like, no, come on, get yourself ready and go to this party. And I went, and you know what? I had a really good time. I met some lovely people who are new people in my life that I've not met before. And I also met some old friends that were there that I didn't think were going to be there. And it was just lovely, and I had such a lovely time. But my fear of going and my anxiety was holding me back, and I just didn't want to do it, but I made myself do it, and I changed the story as to being, you can go, you'll go to your party, you'll have a good time, you'll enjoy yourself, and the worst thing that can happen is you decide that you're not enjoying yourself, or you don't feel like you're fitting, or whatever it may be, and you can come back home. It's no big deal. So trying to change the story that you tell yourself about things can make a huge difference. So I just thought I'd share this with you. And it says, obviously, change the story. Don't let your feelings boss you around, because feelings do. They are very bossy, and they will try and stop you in your tracks. They will try to bring up anything and everything to make sure that you stay safe, as they want to call it, because they think, oh, well, last time you did that, you didn't enjoy yourself, or anything at all really that you can that stops you in your tracks, overwhelm, anxiety, fear, anything like that stops you in your tracks. So change the story. Fear in particular can dictate what we do. Fear is massive. Being fearful of something can stop you doing all kinds of different things. It can stop you going for a job interview. It can stop you going meeting friends. It can stop you going out for a walk. Anything, even little things that it can stop you doing too, which is incredible really when you think, that something, one small tiny little word can ruin your life. So fear in particular can dictate what we do, and especially what we don't do. If we avoid things because of difficult feelings, we can find that our world gets smaller, but the feeling actually gets bigger. One of the best ways to tackle negative feelings can be to push right on through them. Now, I know that sounds easier said than done, because when you're fearful of something, the last thing you want to do is face that fear, but you have to. I was talking to a friend who believes that deep down that his partner is cheating on him, but because of the fear of him being on his own, or the fear of losing this partner, he's decided to put blinkers on and completely ignore it. And in doing that, he's made himself become such a small person when he's such a massive personality. And what he's done is, he doesn't go out the house, he doesn't meet up with any other friends, because he's scared that this boyfriend of his, is going to, or partner of his, is going to criticise or say something or whatever, you know. So, but if he just looked beyond the fear and took the blinkers off, he would see it for what it really is, and he would be able to then make a decision based on the evidence that he's got, and also based on what he knows is true in his own heart. So, but again, that's the fear of it is keeping him where he is. One of the best ways to tackle negative feelings, like I say, is to push right on through them. So how do we do this? Well, the first thing that we do is we identify how you feel. Is it scared? Do you feel lazy? Do you feel unmotivated? What is the feeling? What is coming up for you? So, you know, where do you feel it? What do you feel? What is it? Number 2, turn it round. What is a positive way of looking at this? Instead of being scared, could you think about being brave? Instead of lazy, could you think about being determined? Because like I've said to you in previous videos, a lot of the time and a lot of the self-talk that we have is negative. It's negative self-talk, and it'll be, you know, you're lazy, you're a procrastinator, you're stupid, you haven't got any friends, you're not, you know, why would you want to do that? That sort of thing. The third thing you can do is acknowledge both. Say to yourself, okay, I'm scared, and also say, I'm really brave for trying this out. Or, I feel lazy, and well done me for persevering anyway. If you turn them around and say a positive sentence about the thing that you're scared of, then it makes a huge difference. And the fourth thing that you can do is push on through. Keep praising yourself for finding the positive qualities as you do the things you have been avoiding. I am really brave. I am really determined. Self-talk, you know, can really have a massive impact, whether negatively or positively. And so if you can learn to turn things around and be more positive in your self-talk, you'll be more positive in yourself. And here's a tip for you. This strategy is intended for times when you actually want to do something, but your feelings are stopping you. So think about things that you've done or that you've wanted to do, but you've not done them because you've been frightened of doing it. Things like, I had a friend who didn't want to learn to drive because they were frightened of getting behind the wheel of a car. And I said to her, how much more freedom would you have if you could drive, because you're not relying on other people to be driving you about here, there and everywhere. And we sat and we talked about it, and we wrote down all the reasons why she was frightened of learning to drive and the reasons she would benefit from learning to drive. And so when she looked at them, the reasons why she didn't want to learn to drive was tiny in comparison to the reasons why learning to drive would be a massive benefit to her life. So she took that first step. Even though she was absolutely terrified, she took that first step. Because I said to her as well that if you go on your driving lesson and you really, really don't like it and you're really, really uncomfortable with it, then you can say to your driving instructor, you know, can we stop for today? But if you just do it and you find that you're okay and you do like it, then you can carry on then and you can pass your test. And now she's driving around in a lovely Ford Fiesta, which she's so proud of and she absolutely loves. So it just goes to show that if you push through that fear, you can achieve absolutely anything. So give that a go, and I shall see you all soon. Bye for now.